ده الطبع.
Hey, tell me something, Zaki. Now you've come to Sudan and you're here protesting with your people. How does it feel?
I'm feeling excited.
You're feeling
excited, happy, and encouraged to go and jump and dance and shout with the people to support my own people.
Earlier on, you saw some military officers eating food with protesters. Describe what you saw and how that made you feel.
This is a normal Sudanese culture. We eat all together. We are one nation. There's no different color, religious, or whatever. We all one people. And that shows the people, the military, the government, and whatever, that we are one nation.
So tell me about this organization down here at the protest in Khartoum.
It's Maidanic movement. It's a feminist revolutionary independent movement.
Protester down here?
Yeah, protester here.
So do you stay here all night?
Yeah, all night, till the morning.
Who speaks English?
I can speak English.
You can speak English. What's your name?
My name is Ihsan.
So your sign says join us.
Yes, it does.
Why should anyone join you? Are you confident? At the back here, we've got your children, yeah? Are you confident that the uprising will bring a future to your children?
Yes.
You've arrived in Sudan today. How much were you looking forward to in regards to sitting down with family and friends and eating like this? How much was you looking forward to it?
Yeah, Wendell Daniel from StreetCam Documentary coming to you live and direct from my home here in London, and today's date is now May the 2nd, 2019, and this time last week I was on my way to Sudan. I spent 6 days in Sudan. I arrived back in London last night and it was the most amazing trip anyone could ever had. And you will see from the various uploads in which I will be making, I'll be making 4 films altogether about my trip to Sudan. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3 and Part 4. I've already made parts 1, 2 and 3 and I'll be uploading them in a few moments, and I'm just doing this last bit because I didn't get the opportunity to narrate about Part 4. But Part 4, I like Part 4. It's right at the end and it's got a lot of good stuff in it. And the reason I like Part 4 is because I like all of them. But Part 4 to me is a bit special. It's not just about the protest. It's about my good buddy Abdul Zaki. And Abdul Zaki, he was the person who got me involved with all of this stuff back in February of this year, and he's from Sudan himself. And he said to me, Wendell, come down London, come and see what is happening within the Sudanese community, upload it on YouTube and take it from there. And that is exactly what I'd done. So my buddy Abdul got me involved with all of this, and within 4 months I'm in Sudan. And he flew over to Sudan on Tuesday. So Zaki flew over to Sudan on Tuesday, and we were only together for one day. That's on Wednesday. And what was amazing was that I met Zaki in his home in Khartoum. He introduced me to his family. We went round the village which he lives in, introduced me to his local people, and you will see that in the video.
Alhamdulillah. Yeah. This is my friend here. Like to introduce himself?
Yes, Adil.
Ajit.
Adil Bella.
Ah.
Okay.
So when last have you seen him?
About over 1 year and 2 months.
Ah.
Yeah.
So tell me more about this place where we are now.
Yeah, this was my wife brought up. It's a Kalakla Gubba. I've become one of them since about 15 years now. Become part of the community here. And I come every year, I come stay here and I meet everybody. They're my friends, all same family.
Oh, so you know everyone?
Almost.
Oh, right, yeah.
And everybody know me. You know?
So what's this, a rickshaw?
This is a rickshaw, what they call rickshaw in our language. People, they use it to transport because it's easier to transport between small, narrow roads and it's quicker. يا الحمد لله كيف تمام؟
صاحبك جيت عيان يا جيت عيان والله
one of the local, she do falafel. She do every day and I know her, she's with our
Good, sir.
She's one of our local. And she do the falafel and sell it to people here. But now the time of the market is finished because of the prayer time.
But what was she cooking?
Falafel.
What's that?
Tamia, she show you one? They sell it in London. And
Ah.
yeah, you see?
Ah.
It's very tasty, but unfortunately you come in very late. And you got a local man here fixing equipment, you know, because over there in England, if you want to do something, it costs a lot. But he fixes it here, and labor is cheap here. You know, labor hand is very cheap. If you want to fix something, you bring here.
So he can fix anything?
Yeah, he can fix anything. He will try, you know.
So what's he recycling? So what's he recycling?
Yeah, well, recycling. In England, we use the
Throw
things
away.
and throw them away.
Yeah.
Here, there's people, they try to fix, you know.
All right then.
And maybe they take part from here and fix another part and make one, you know.
Thank you.
Local butcher here.
He's a local butcher.
Yeah. One of them, you know.
So what meat is this one here?
This is lamb, in it.
Lamb.
You farm it here?
دجالي
Dajjali, no. It's a beef.
Beef.
Yeah. I don't know even
بالله
England.
انجلش ها
Tell them English now. You speak English?
You speak English as well?
No. This is my brother-in-law here.
This is your brother-in-law.
This is my brother-in-law here. My wife, big brother.
Are you pleased to see him?
Yeah, I'm very pleased, of course.
You're pleased to see Mr. Zaki?
Welcome to Sudan.
Thank you.
You see, this is butcher shop. You can look.
Oh, this is your shop?
حمار مكاوي ولا ده حمار مكاوي هم حاجة حمار مكاوي والله.
Hey, do you know this man? I want to get on a donkey, man.
donkey, huh?
Do you want to get? Do you know him?
تعال يا دقيقة بس عارفين.
Go on, I want to. I'm thinking a donkey, man.
أجيب ما أنت ملسم ما أنت مغطى وشك.
I want a man with a donkey. I want a man with. He's scared. I want a man with a donkey.
This is not virgin. It's very fresh.
المنظر
So
بتاعه.
is that courgettes?
Yeah. No, this eggplant, which is
Eggplant.
aubergines,
All right
which
then.
is organic. There's nothing, no chemicals in them. Yeah.
So it's all fresh and
Yeah, everything is
chemical free.
The chemical free. It's not been. Yeah. Okra, lady's finger, fresh. Potatoes. Pumpkin. Look at the pumpkin. It's different than over there. It's organic. It's not modified. Many old shops, they make it color, look very beautiful color, but no taste. He has a real taste.
Ah.
This is what kind of Sudanese salt, kind of bread called kisra.
Uh-huh.
Mostly people, they use it because it's beautiful. That's our, one of the cultural thing, you know. It is very tasty, and later I'll give you some taste. And this is dried okra. dried.
Oh, that's okra dried.
Yeah, dried, yeah, and we use this one of our dishes. You're
All
going
right
to test it later.
All right then.
And this, of course, chili and, you know, peanuts butter, fresh, fish. Dried,
What fish is that?
Similar like saltfish. It's not too dry. Oh, I said bismillah.
And I hit my head.
Salam alaikum. So this one, they bring the big tray with the bread and leave them here. The whole bread here, you can see.
So we're now in the baker's where the bread's been made.
Look at how the heat it is.
Ah, so this is the fresh bread coming out.
You see? Over there, before they go inside, they put them inside and that's the bacon.
Sorry. So what fires up the, is it the kiln or the bake?
The gas.
Oh, it's gas. Tell me more about what you're eating now.
This is like a black beans, which is full. Same, more or less similar family of baked beans in England. Yeah. This is tomatoes mixed with spring onion, mixed with vegetable lemon. The lemon juice in it. Spices, and there is peanuts butter and sesame oil in the top. This is the leaf oil, like it's kidney. They're fresh fried with the spring onion and different things. This is the okra. I told you the dried okra.
The okra,
yeah. And this is Sudanese bread. What kisra?
But tell me something, Zaki. Yeah.
And this is cheese.
That's cheese.
No, for him. But this is falafel.
Ah.
Feta cheese. Test it. It's different.
But tell me something, yeah. You live
Local here.
Mm.
Cheese, yeah.
It's a different taste. You never find it in anyone.
It tastes different.
You tell like this.
Nom.
And this is falafel.
Falafel, yeah.
And this is a falafel. I told you the lady she's doing.
Yeah. But tell me something, Zaki. Yeah. You've arrived in Sudan today. How much were you looking forward to in regards to sitting down with family and friends and eating like this? How much was you looking forward to it?
As you are aware, I come to Sudan for 2-3 months. You know why I'm coming?
Normally, yeah.
Normally. Because look how the culture, we eat all together. We have nice food. Everybody share together, not everybody different plate.
Very tasty and very delicious.
We are the same people. And that's the way, look. Social life here, you never find it anywhere in the world apart from Sudan.
But you know the great thing in seeing people sitting down like this and eating together, it is refreshing because, like you say, you don't see it in England very often.
First day I meet them.
Yeah.
This is our social, this is our culture. Is to sit all together people, feel unite. Yeah? And feel we are the same people, same culture, same background, same everything. In terms of religious, we eat with the different people, but almost they are sitting now. We are all Muslim, but we got people, Christian people, we got Jewish people. We all sit together, no different. Religious is no matter. In my view, doesn't make no difference.
But
your color doesn't make no difference. What color of your eyes doesn't make no difference. Your height doesn't make no difference. And no, apart from how you behaving with people. If you treat me good, I'll treat you good. If you treat me bad,
they'll repay the same. But tell me something. This is to educate people who are watching. Yeah. The men are here eating, and the ladies will eat somewhere else.
Yeah. This
Tell me more about culturally how that works.
This has come from culture and religious same time. Women, because they need to have freedom, you know, as same as men. When we sit man, we talk and chat in England and we laugh.
And talk foolishness.
With a company for women, we behave differently.
Yeah.
So now in our food, in our everything, men, they sit, we can eat and we can talk and we can chat. Nobody feel offended or you have to be very careful. That's why we have separate. And Islam said separation is important because everybody have different look too, different view when they look at women. I might look respectfully, somebody look sexually, some people they look different things. So you have to be distinguished. There is a line.
Yeah.
So to draw that line, we have the curtains. You can see the curtains.
Oh yeah. There's
That's
the
the
curtain.
open side. And even if you from the house, you want to enter, you have to
Clap.
You have to clap to show that you are coming. You know.
All right then. All right.
Yeah.
And they can say no.
They can say yeah. Of course.
Sometimes
They have the right.
Not ready to meet the people.
Yeah. Look here. Test this falafel
nobody-
and tell the people in the camera what is it, what test. Eat it careful, and tell the camera
So you
yourself.
This is what I'm eating. It's crispy.
Yes.
I can taste a little bit of salt, and it's similar to a chip, but it has a nice flavour to it, and it's slightly chillier. That's the word.
Okay. That's what it makes from chickpeas. People they make a different way.
Yeah.
Some people they love it to mix it with fresh
But
parsley.
it's nice.
Yeah.
But what's this here? What's this here?
That is the kidney. I told you.
A kidney.
You test it now.
Test one.
So it's not just. So it's not just vegetarian food.
When done, come and record it. I'm eating. I miss my country food.
But do you know something? It is so great to go to a different country and to eat their food. Today's date is now the 30th of April 2019,
Yeah.
and you're now in your own country, Sudan.
Yeah.
Tell me how you're feeling knowing that you're back home.
Feeling relaxed. That's what I belong to. And this is my country, and I'm happy. Excited with what's happening around. And my first day, of course, is I still have the jet lag. But after that, tomorrow I'll be freshening up, and I will go different places, see my family, the rest of my family, see my family and the rest of my family, and I will be chilling out just to explore what changes took place recently from the last time I visited.
But when was the last time you visited?
Is over 1 year and 2 months.
So the last time you visit was 1 year and 2 months ago.
Yeah.
So why are you excited about being in Sudan today? What has changed within the last 14 months?
As everybody aware, we have...
No, but no one is aware because people who are watching this won't be aware.
As you might be aware, that people, there's a youth making revolution, protesting against government and military government, and that's quite good because they show the future is bright.
But what's a revolution?
Revolution is changing a man who's been governing us for 30 years, not over, for 30 years, and there's a lot of corruption, injustice, and it's not democratic, and the price is of everything going up, and they have shortages of bread now, as you can see from earlier on when we're filming, that the bread now is available everywhere because these people, they're corrupted. They work for themselves, they're not working for the country. As you can see, some people still live in kind of a condition which is for a capital of Sudan, it should be more developed.
But we are now in Khartoum, yeah? And let's pick up on the bit you've just said about living in the capital and it should be developed.
Yeah.
As I've travelled around Khartoum over the last 5 days, what I've seen is a lot of traditional houses, just like what we're seeing now, traditional buildings, but I'm seeing a lot of brand new, futuristic buildings coming up.
Yeah, it's true, but that's all focused in the center of the town. If you go out a little bit, a little bit out and to the skirts, people, they are suffering, for example, the shortage of water sometime, electricity cut off, you know, the blackout, you know, and people, they have to adapt to this. In this kind of century, we should live now. We have the Nile, two Nile River, they're making the big River Nile, yeah, blue and white, and they're making the Nile River. We should have water.
So that's where we're going now, to the Nile River, yes?
We're going to the the White Nile River, which is coming from south straight across, divided Sudan in two halves, east and west. Until Khartoum. After that, they come injection, where they're building a small island called 2D Island.
But tell me something. Go back to 30 years of rule by al-Bashir.
Yeah.
Why has the Sudanese people allowed al-Bashir to rule for so long if things were that bad?
I can say that for only one reason: failure of our generation. The youth now become open through internet, WhatsApp, Facebook. The young generation, they're very good and fast, and they stand for it. Because if you see the start of the protest, all youth until now, all youth.
So look at the camera and tell me all of this, yeah? So what you're saying, yeah, is that a lot of change which is currently taking place is down to the youth and their use of the internet.
Yes.
But why has your generation not been able to do that? You've also had the internet for many years.
You can look at the party. I look at basically is.
So what's this we're looking at now?
It's supposed to be.
Hold on, slow down. Pull the window down. Pull the window down. Pull the window down.
He said the people, they feel.
Oh, what then?
They're very. They think that you are attacking them or.
Yeah.
They're frightened.
So describe to me, what am I seeing now? I'm seeing a large open ground which is bigger than a football pitch, and there's a lot, and it's strewn with a lot of rubbish and bags.
Yeah, you want me to correct you? This is more than 10 football pitch.
It's more than 10. But what is this place?
This is a what is Wad al-Agali. This part of Wad al-Agali, which is undeveloped. Look. Yeah, and the beach here we're going now, you can see people there.
But why is it so dirty?
Because the government failure. They don't look after the environment, and we look in.
But how about people taking personal responsibility?
They take personal, as you see from the protesters. They stand and they clean the road, but they cannot go clean everywhere. The government, we're paying taxes here, so the taxes should go for cleaning the country, making life is easy, looking after the environment, because the world, as you know, it is an important subject that to keep the environment without plastic and without rubbish and things. But it's fair. People, they don't look, they're just interested in their pocket, you know, corruption.
So describe where we are now, because I've only heard of the Nile in biblical terms.
Well, this is the White Nile, I say. You can see over there, young boys are swimming. People, they come because the weather is hot, to cool off, wash their car, which is supposed not, because you're polluting the water. And people, they have no another option. They don't have any facilities to go anywhere else. For example, in England, you have swimming pools, you have different things, big gardens and parks and things, you know. So here, there's nothing. You can see the country. You can grow anything here. You can.
So the White Nile in Sudan is like Southend or Brighton, or like me in Barbados, it's our beach down at Silver Sands.
Similar like this, but also the Blue Nile, they have similar situation, similar and much better, because here the water is a little bit darker. You don't see clearly, but in the Blue Nile you can see the water very clearly when you dive. You can see very clearly.
See what we're seeing now, we're by the River Nile, and one of the local people is having a natural haircut, and what's unusual about what's now happening is that it's natural, because I can see in the barber's hand a normal razor, and that's inside or on the outside of a comb, and it's been done the natural way. And this is how the locals get their hair cut in such a fashionable way, natural way. Let's take a walk to the Nile.
Yeah, look at the haircut.
And so the haircut is now done. So hold on. Let me have a better look.
Not finished.
It's not finished yet. Oh, stop. Come. You can translate for him, Zaki. So ask him how he's feeling right now.
قال لك أنت حاسب شنو حسب على He said he's not completed.
He's not completed.
Yeah.
So I'm going to come back when it's completed, yeah?
Okay, I'm going to ask him a question. Why he chose this style? أنت اخترت style.
Why this style? Beautiful.
What did you see it? شفته وين؟ He said footballers, they took photos and with kind of a style, so they influenced by.
So you're influenced by a footballer?
قال لك أنت يعني متأثر باللاعبين الكورة.
Yes. He's now going into the White Nile to make sure that his hairstyle, and that's a testimony that the White Nile water is relatively clean, because our local is washing his hair and he feels really safe doing so. But Mr. Zaki himself won't be going into the Nile himself. So how are you feeling now? Good? Yeah? Excellent stuff. Abdul.
We're near the fish growing things here, and this is the management here. The management is local people. They do it for the
So there's the local management, and they grow the tilapia fish, yeah?
The tilapia fish, and انتوا بتعملوا بولتي مش كده؟ Yeah, بولتي. Because Sudanese they love بولتي. It have a different taste. You never tasted anywhere apart from the Nile.
Doctor?
She's a doctor here.
Dr. Fish?
Yes.
Does she speak English? No? So what are we going to do now? We're going to go out on a boat?
دكتور بتاعت شنو؟
أنا مهندس زراعي بالمناسبة.
She's
agricultural
agriculture
engineer.
engineer, yeah.
So we're now taking a trip out on a boat on the River Nile to see some tilapia fish growing.
Look at the back.
Huh?
Look how he's doing the boat.
So we're now on our way to see the tilapia fish growing, and there's the man pushing us out.
That way because it's very shallow here. It's not that.
It's very shallow, yeah.
Do you want to tell me? Do you see why I come to Sudan? It's beautiful.
So this is Zaki finally.
Beautiful.
Whilst we're on a boat going out on the White Nile, we're heading towards tilapia fish,
Farm.
and he puts his fingers up and he says Tuska's best, and that's why he loves Sudan.
That's why I'm relaxing. Look.
That's
relax.
why he's
You don't fall
relaxing.
in the pressure. Relax. أنا أسألك سؤال. أنتوا عاملين الشبكة الفوق ده ليه؟
ده يعني من طيور أو حاجة بالشكل ده.
They do the top match, yeah, the net, from net window.
Was that bird?
For birds, yeah, you got it, yeah.
Gives you the impression that an uprising will change anything in regards to mismanagement and corruption.
People now they know what's right and what's wrong. The young generation, as I said, they start to distinguish between right and wrong.
But how do they distinguish between right or wrong by using the internet?
Well, because they know, they can see the country is not developing. There is no shortages of petrol, bread. Even it happened once or every couple of months or every 6, or happen even in their lifetime. That is total mismanagement. From government, we have a lot of mineral, we can utilize it. We have a good economics, we'll be one of the big countries. They know, the world, all they know.
But does Sudan have the thinkers and the academics and the general workers who can redevelop this country and take it forward?
We're talking about human resources. We have a lot of people. You can see them all over the world. Sudanese doctors, Sudanese engineers, Sudanese, they work in every field and they succeeded very well.
ما الليلة علمناه كان معانا في البيت بالطريقة دي
يا أخي ونحن نستمتع على الأكل ده
هيدول كانوا هيك وهيك بكذا
مبروك والله هاي الله كان يعرف السودان ما
يعني ناس حرة
حارة
I'm not seeing the vehicles, Zaki.
اوكي
Hey, tell me something, Zaki. Now you've come to Sudan and you're here protesting with your people. How does it feel?
I'm feeling excited.
You're feeling
excited, happy, and encouraged to go and jump and dance and shout with the people to support my own people.
But why was it important for you to be here today?
I cut all the miles for my own people to celebrate with them, to support them, give them support they needed, and I'm here. And reality is something amazing. I can't describe it.
But you've been watching it on TV for the last 3-4 months. You've been in London going to campaigns, but now you're here. You talk about excitement. Explain that excitement to me.
The excitement is, there is a feeling I can't describe it.
Describe it. Describe it to me.
Oh, I lost words because you can't describe it. This is something amazing. Amazing, you know what I mean? Amazing. It happened, it doesn't happen usually every day. And my own people, they know they're right. And we're standing for the right, fighting on corruption, and we're moving forward. That's why I'm here. I cut from London to here all the way to come to see this in reality, because some cameras, they don't give you proper reflection what reality
really goes on.
What's reality.
But this is nothing yet, you know that, don't you?
I'm just starting and I can see every time my blood is going to my head. I can
so
see my
you're
face.
excited at the moment?
Excited, excited not the word.
So have you ever been so excited in your life?
Never.
So this is a first for Mr. Zaki?
Yeah.
So what was it like just now when you was getting frisked by the local security men?
It's fine, normal. I find the people, they doing duty. They need to keep this security in place. The people, they search everybody, so they don't disrupt the protester. And I'm quite happy to see them here. They're doing the work and I see the youth. We felt as a generation to do what they're doing.
So there's an aircraft flying overhead. So earlier on, you saw some military officers eating food with protesters. Describe what you saw and how that made you feel.
This is a normal Sudanese culture. We eat all together. We are one nation. There's no different color, religious, or whatever. We all one people. And that to show you the people, the military, the government, and whatever, that we are one nation. They cannot divide us. They will not. in name of religious or name of color or tribe or whatever. Sudanese are one unite. We are together.
But if you are one nation, why has nearly 70 people been shot dead?
This is a mistake of people. They're ruling totally wrong. They're taking the wrong decision. That's why we hear people, they want the blood of these people. They want revenge for what happened. And that's why they're not going home. They're staying here for how many days, you know? And I can feel.
You can feel it?
Yeah, I can feel it, yeah.
Excellent stuff. So I've no doubt I'll talk to you later.
Thank you very much. I'll see you later further on.
Like this so much to bring our freedom to Sudan. We are 30 years living in a bad situation. Our Sudan is greatest and have many things can grow up, but they are just stealing.
So
yes,
tell me, are you confident at the back here? We've got your children, yeah. Are you confident that the uprising will bring a future to your children?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. So carry on.
Welcome. سقطت ما سقطت صابنا.
برهان وصغان جابوا الكيزان برهان وصغان جابوا الكيزان.
Thanks a lot, yeah.
We will be here till we have a freedom, till we have everything go right. No one work for himself. We work for Sudan.
But tell me, you're saying you're going to be here till you get your freedom. What does freedom mean to you?
We have the right to talk. We have the right to say no. We have the right to say to the president that you make fault and you should correct it. This is the freedom.
And what does peace mean?
What?
What does peace mean to you?
Space?
Peace.
Peace.
Yeah, what does it mean?
We are all stay in Sudan in peace. Even this government, the old government, if they want to stay in Sudan, they stay in peace. No one take things from other. Everything for Sudan to be for Sudan, not for himself, not for his family, not for his relative. Sudan for all, Muslim, Christian, anyone. Sudan for all.
Al-Bashir has been in power for 30 years.
Yes.
His generals
are
running everything.
Yes.
How are you going to get rid of them? Because they're in power in all the positions. How are you going to get rid of them?
We want to remove all of them.
But how?
By peace.
By peaceful means?
Yes. We are all here to remove them. We are all here to say Sudan should be peace for all, not for a few people. Sudan for all.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
صابنا هنا جينا من عطبرة جبنا الاسمنتي وصابنا
اسقط بس
يصل بالليل وبكره وبعده
اسقط بس صابنا باسمنت عطبرة نحن لا من تسقط بس تسقط ثالث ورابع وخامس
Well, you're a protester down here.
Yeah, protester here.
So do you stay here all night?
Yeah, all night till the morning.
Yeah, but why?
Why?
Why do you stay all night?
Because I have a case that's following it, and I want to reach the result or the final results that we want as a nation here in Sudan.
But how many other people are down here at night? Other protesters?
A lot. I can count them, but
That's the airplane. So when you say a lot, how many do you mean?
How many?
A few hundred?
I can't give you a precise number for them. Like I can count them, but there are a lot by them.
But why do people feel it's necessary to stay
It's
all
necessary
night?
to stay because like you want, to hang out in the place. Because if you left, then the governors are going to take it from you. And after a while, you are not going to find a place to protest for it and to get your rights from them.
So how long have you been protesting?
Since like the first process, the first revolt that starts in the 19th of December 2018.
And you've been here since the 19th of December?
No, not here. We were like working in, different fields, like in the blocks, corners, and even different areas. And after 6 in April, then we came here and still stuck here.
So why has this protest infused so many young people?
So many young people, because young people are the future. They are the people that are feeling like the rights belong to them, because the other people are still like working for the same system, for the same government, and they are being systematic. So even their ideas, their thought, it start like some kind of ideologistics, So they have the same ideas of the governments that we are protesting them right now.
But when change eventually come about?
Yeah, it's all about time. It's about like just to keep it on fire, as we are doing right now. Because protesters staying in the place, we are harshing them, like squeezing them to listen to us and get our rights from them, if they like it or not. There is no an option for them.
So tell me something. There are many different tribes here in Sudan.
Yeah, of course.
How are you going to get the tribes to work in partnership for the same thing?
It's not about the price, it's about the goals. All the tribes, all the people, all the differences, all the changes are like, they are focusing on just on one target, like the bullseye. The bullseye is just kind of right that have been followed by the people of changing, and they are like following us, and we are, behind them. And our rights are the things that's making us gathering together to get our rights from them.
Well, tell me something more about the young women who are involved with the protest and their role in bringing this to international attention.
International attention?
Yeah, the women.
The women?
Yeah.
Okay, as you know, like here in Sudan, it starts from a long time. Like the women, they are all the time in the, less stage from the men. And they're saying like, we don't like it at all. Like we are looking for the equity. Like we are all the same. There is no difference between a man and a woman. All the works can be done together if we sort together and sit together. This is the idea. The government does things like that at all. They think that just the women, their place is home, and the men should be work. And that's wrong, by the way. And I think right?
So no, I agree with you. So in your opinion, when you're talking about equality, should the women be going out there just like the men and working? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like they should looking for works that fits with them. Like if the work like the abilities, and each one have his own abilities. So if the woman finds like she has the abilities to do,
I want a woman. Carry on.
Okay, if a woman found that like the work, she has the ability to work this work, so no problem at all. Just do it. Yeah. And finally, just fall, and that's all. Thank you, man.
Thank you, sir. Who speaks English?
I can speak English.
You can speak English. What's your name?
My name is Ihsan.
So your sign says join us.
Yes, it does.
Why should anyone join you?
Well, we are a group where we are rethinking the thoughts of people. As in, we look at things with a different view, and we are standing for everyone so that they can get the chance to speak out loud and say what they want to say, like freedom of speech. Thank you.
What does freedom of speech mean to you?
Well, it means that each individual should be allowed to say what comes across their minds, as long as it doesn't offend anyone.
So does that mean if you actually have freedom of speech, if you can't offend?
Well, I don't think we have freedom of speech here in Sudan yet, but hopefully we will.
Thank you very much. And does your friend speak English?
Yes, I do.
So good afternoon or good evening. So, what's your name?
My name is Ola.
And how old are you?
I'm 11 years old.
You're 11 years old. Then you want people to come to Sudan, yeah?
Yeah.
Tell me some of the good things about Sudan.
Okay.
Look in the camera and tell the people why they should come to Sudan.
Yes, Sudan is like has a good resources, and the people can come to Sudan to discover how Sudan looks like, because there are many people in Europe there. They just saw Sudan through the TV. But
no, but you're telling me Sudan has a lot to offer.
Yeah.
I want you to tell me what Sudan has to offer.
Okay, like we have like tourisms, and we have different like beautiful places in Sudan to come to see how our country looks like.
Tell me about the culture.
Culture of Sudan, as we are Sudanese, we have.
Tell me about the food, the drink, the fun.
Okay. We have our food, like we have porridge, which is asida, and our cultures in Ramadan, great months, people go outside, gather together, and have the breakfast. This is about the culture. And as we are Sudanese, we are friendly people. We accept any people. Those who came from outside to our country here, we accept them. We are not like other people, and even I've met many people from outside. They came to Sudan here, and they ask me, myself exactly, when we have been outside in Egypt or some places in Africa, we haven't seen people like Sudan. They are friendly people, peaceful people, and this is what we want. I mean, we want just people to come and just to see how our country looks like. Exactly. This is my message.
Good evening. What's your name?
My name is Real Moaz Hassan.
So tell me about this organisation down here at the protests in Khartoum.
It's Maidanic movement. It's a feminist revolutionary independent movement. We started as a safe place for women here in the protest area, so they can speak up about their political views and the harassment they faced here in the protest area. We provide them with legal aid and psychological aid. We have this discussion corners held daily, night and day.
Oh, then tell me some more about the harassment, and then I'll ask you about the legal support. So what form of harassment are you referring to?
Sexual harassment. So some people here think it's appropriate to grab girls. So they mostly don't talk about it, but we've been trying to get them to talk so we can fix this. So we can catch this harasser, and if she wants to, she could be provided with legal aid.
And tell me more about the process for obtaining legal aid and how successful you have been in getting a prosecution or...
So we had 3 girls in the last days. These are the only girls who try to proceed with the legal actions. Most of them just want him to be beaten. It's not our responsibility to prosecute him. Okay, we just catch him.
What's the legal aid for then?
The legal aid is if she wants to take legal action against him. Our anti-harassment team has already caught the harasser, and he's here in our tent. Our lawyers are always here. If she wants to take the legal action, she can. Okay, the lawyer will be with her. They'll go to the nearest police station and file a report.
And how long has your organisation been in existence?
It's about 2.5 weeks.
So
we started here from the...
You started here?
Yes.
And what kind of support have you received from other women and also men?
As you see here in the Maidanic tent, we have a lot of guys here who believe in our view. So yeah, there has been men who supported us, and there has been men who don't support us. We have been subjected to a lot of violence, but we're still here.
Why do you think men don't support, or some men don't support, what you are doing?
Because the Kaysan regime has forced, used us to obtain power. They oppressed us to gain the men's support. It's leverage. We were leverage. So we're trying to get this change broken.
And are you confident of gaining success long term?
We're trying. We're not going to stop trying.
I'm glad to hear that, but thank you very much.
أنا ناهد يونس مشي إعلامية منذ بداية الميدان كنت بغطي التغطيات الموجودة في الميدان ودائما بتحرك على الخيم الموجودة والآن أنا موجودة في حركة ميدانك هي حركة نسوية تعمل على مكافحة التحرش من الثوريين الموجودين داخل الاعتصام يمكن لقيت عندهم معلومات جميلة ومعلومات ممكن تفيد للمجتمع من برا لأنه في كلام بيتناقل عبر المجتمع الخارجي من الجهات المضادة إنه في تحرش وفي سلوك سالب داخل الميدان لكن هم قاموا سيطروا الحركة بتاعت ميدانك النسوية دي سيطرت على كل الحركات الموجودة الآن في الميدان وبالأخصائيين النفسيين بالقانونيين وهم الآن ساعين في المكافحة حقت الهناية حقت الظاهرة دي وإحنا بنشكر كل القنوات الفضائية المشاركة الأوروبية والسودانية شاركتنا ودعمتنا ونقلت الأخبار الصحيحة لمواقعها شكرا جزيلا ناهد يونس مشي.
But the great thing about going to the protest, when we went there, one of the first things we saw was a military officer sitting on the floor eating food with a protester. That was, for me, that was a wonderful image to see. You've got one parody where you've got the protesters and then you got the military officer sitting on the floor with a protester, and Zaki said that's part of the culture. You're all together and you sit and you eat, and it was so brilliant to witness that. And we got down there rather late because I saw lots of things in Khartoum during the day. So we only had about an hour or so. So soon after we got there, the light started going from normal to dark really quickly. So I wasn't able to capture as many things as what I would have liked to have caught. But I spoke to some interesting people down there. I spoke to a young lady who is involved with providing help, support and assistance for people women who have been harassed. I also spoke to another young lady who was inspirational. I'm not going to tell you no more about it, but you watch it. And I also spoke to a gentleman, young gentleman, who's a protester, and he's been at the protests since December. So he goes back every day and he explains the importance of being at the protest. So it's been an amazing experience for me to be in Sudan for the last 5-6 days, to witness and to record everything which I've seen, and it's there. I've tried to record everything in an objective way. So, you know, it's not for me to have an opinion, and I try to involve everyone and record things at it as it is. And the great thing, the 4 videos are different narratives. It's not just one, that's good, best. You see different things. And, you know, that's the great thing about StreetCam Documentary. That's the great thing about StreetCam Documentary. We're only new. It's only been 4 months. And we've been to Sudan. Wow, where next? Who knows? It's been great to see the protesters going out there night after night after night, protesting, to see how the protesters themselves clean the place, water themselves, clean, they provide food. Oh my word. And they are not giving up. They are going to be there for weeks, for months, if necessary, for years. And it's getting bigger and bigger. And the great thing I like about what I'm seeing is that even I initially, when I went to Sudan, I was a bit concerned for my own safety. And a lot of my family and friends said, don't go, you're mad, you're going to come back dead. But within my first day, I felt welcomed. I felt there was no fear. And it was great to be there amongst the Sudanese people, recording life as it actually was. And one thing that really did jump out at me was that I was very skeptical of the military, because that's something I've never experienced. And to see military vehicles going round with officers on these military vehicles with their submachine guns and their bullets as big as my thumb or bigger, and rocket launchers, to see that, it's like, wow, what's going on, man? But you know the great thing, even though I saw it, they're just doing their job. But I never personally witnessed, and I'm making this clear, I never personally witnessed any aggression by the military. I know things have happened in the past, but I can only record what I've seen. I did not see any aggression by the military being waged against the protesters. And that's the great thing. I saw the opposite. I saw the military welcoming me. You know, they didn't give me no problems. I saw the military sitting down with the protesters and eating food. You know, I wasn't expecting that. And the protesters in themselves, no person out of the people I spoke to and saw gave me any problems at all. I was made to feel welcomed, and I was. You know, trust me, I was worried with my equipment. I got a lot of equipment with me. People, you know, and the great thing, as I went around, I attracted a big crowd, and when I attracted that big crowd, they would follow me, and it created issues. But you get used to that doing this kind of stuff, because people are not used to it. But one of the most amazing things I saw, and I found it was so funny, there were young boys going around interviewing people, but they didn't have cameras. They had makeshift cameras, so they had like cut-out cameras. So the camera was a cup, and you can see the guys with the cup and the... Oh my word, I just cannot believe what I was seeing. It was funny. And I think they were making YouTube videos about it. They were being creative, and a microphone would have been a cup, a paper cup. Yeah, the microphone overhead, or the camera overhead, would have been, yet again, a stick with paper cups. And I watch this. But that was being creative. But even though it's so funny, they were making a video of that and putting it out for people to watch. And they've got followers. They didn't have the equipment I had, but they were being creative, and they were getting views. Well, that is the great thing about Sudan. And in closing, I'm confident that StreetCam Documentary will be going back to Sudan to do a follow-up on the uprising and when the people are free. But we can sense the people are soon going to be free, And I've been there to witness it myself, and it was a great opportunity to be there witnessing. I will never, I don't think, experience or embark upon such a journey as I have done over the last 5 days. And a great thing, I had my camera with me, and the camera doesn't lie. I can edit, but it does not lie. And I've been able to record life in Sudan as change is taking place. And this is my present for the people in Sudan. I've recorded it honestly, and I give it back to you. And I try to do it in a way that's not negative. It's positive, all of the great things I've seen. And you know something, as a black man, I've said it already, it's the first time I've been to Africa, the great African nation, and it's my people fighting for themselves. It's not about me being racist, it's about my people fighting for themselves and to help themselves. And if you can do something to facilitate that process in a proper, decent way, that is the great thing to do. And I hope that my grandchildren look back on this video and they can see that this is what Granddad has been doing, and it's something, and they should be proud of me. And I'm gonna be told off for doing something now, and I want Sienna and Ruby to take notice, because I want you to follow in my footsteps, and my other grandchildren as well, and do it for the right reasons. And this is the great thing with technologies nowadays. You can only inspire those behind you and your children to follow in your footsteps and to do what is right. But don't forget, if you like what you see, give me the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to comment. When you comment, we can engage. And when we can engage, you can tell me what you like and what needs to improve for the future. And you can also suggest areas in which you would like me to cover. But finally, don't forget to share this video with your family and friends, because this has been an exciting journey for me, and we can only let others know what is going on by sharing these videos about the Sudan uprising. But this is Wendell Daniel for StreetCam Documentary, signing out for now on this part 4 of 4 video about the Sudan uprising. And all I can say is thank you for the people of Sudan for allowing me to film what is currently taking place in their beautiful African country. Thank you. Don't forget that if you have an issue that you would like StreetCam Documentary to raise awareness about, please contact the channel at streetcamdocumentary@gmail.com.